Hi guys, I wanted to quickly give you an overview of one of our new features in SwiftUI Inspector called Components. And as you know, SwiftUI Inspector lets you quickly take your designs from Figma into a real SwiftUI project. And Components further extends that functionality by giving you code snippets that, that make it easier to create the types of screens that you see in designs like this. So we can see here, for example, that this design and this design, they both are inside a typical navigation view with like a large header. And so if we open our components and, narrow it down to just the navigation ones, you could see that this first one is actually exactly what we're looking for. It's a navigation view with a large title. So I'm going to click on that and you'll see that the code gets copied over. And if I go to my SwiftUI project, I can paste that right in. And you'll see that it adds that navigation view with a large title. So let's keep exploring this design here and show you further the power of our components. So basically looking at this design, I can tell that this section here is going to be a horizontally scrollable list view of these cards. And then I imagine that this list that's all together is another sort of scroll view that goes vertically. And if I go to my scroll views down here, I can see that I have a scroll view that's vertical, a horizontal scroll view, or I have a scroll view that actually combines both. And that's the one that we can use in this situation. So I'm going to click on that again and copy it over and go to my SwiftUI project and remove this Hello World label and paste this right in. And you can see right away that this updates. And if I build this project, you could see that this top list with placeholders is scrollable, and then the whole thing is scrollable as well. So pretty quickly, we're able to get the functionality that we want with just a couple of clicks inside our plugin. And now what we can do is we could actually start bringing in some of these assets to our project. So I can actually click on this shape here, go to our shapes, and see the currently selected one. It's a rectangle, and I can click on that, copy it together with the gradient background that's on that. Come back to my Swift project and replace one of these rectangles that's a placeholder. You can see it update right away with the right gradient. I'm going to repeat the process quickly for the other two and replace these items here. And the third one. Okay, perfect. And you could still see that this is still scrollable. Now, if you wanted to bring in these labels that are inside, I can open my text labels and click on this label, copy that code. Now, the tricky part here is that the label and the rectangle are overlaying each other. So I have to actually take this rectangle here and embed it in a Z stack, which lets us vertically kind of like on the Z-axis align our items. So once it's in the Z stack, I can go ahead here and paste my label, and you can see that show up right away in the project. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing for the other ones, but again, you get the point. In this other section, we have sort of like our typical list with these kind of items. And if I go to my components, I can actually see under lists, we have a couple of different ones. So first of all, I'm going to copy a simple group to list, and I'm going to remove actually um, all of this code here. And I can show you what that looks like. Sorry, I got an extra. Right? And so this is like a typical list with the title and the list items that we want. If I go to go back to my components, another list here that I have is a contact uh, simple and a contact description one. So the contact description one will actually give us that kind of layout. So if I go here in the first list, I'm going to just replace this with it. And so you can see what that gives us. So it gives us a nice placeholder, and I can repeat this as many times as I want. Not there, but here I can repeat it so that we can get our list. And then the same thing here, I can go in into individual text labels, copy them, and replace it here so that it gives me the right fonts and styles together with the actual labels that I'm going to use. And again, later down the line, what I would do is replace these images with the correct avatar images, and we have a working screen here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick preview of components, and I can't wait for you to see more of what you can do. Have a good one.